And we're back.
Cracks me up. Run. This is so much radder.
It's bodacious.
Oh, nice.
We have a tubular show. It kind of reminds me of Beverly Hills Cop. Axel F.
Oh, it does.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's coming out with a movie at the end of the year. I wonder if the catchphrase will be, "I'll be back."
Oh, I hope
That's
so.
what we could have said, you know?
Yes, you should, yeah.
That would have been cool. Ron, you want to play some Contra? Hell yeah. Hey, dude, I figured out that if you go up, up, down, down, left, right, B-A, B-A, dude, you can totally unlock the game.
No way.
It's really cool.
You heard it here first, folks. Giving away tricks.
Raider Craig says, oops, damn it, I keep killing that thing. Raider Craig says, I was born in 89. Do I count as an 80s baby? Heck yeah.
Sure.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Tonight, we're all 80s babies.
We all 80s babies, that's right. So do we have the other intro or do we just go?
Well, did we have the intro in 80, 84, 80?
No, I guess we didn't. So I'll just do this.
Jump in the time machine. Play
Yeah.
the intro.
I wonder if I can fade this out. There we go. Oh, look at that. This technology now is so cool.
that's
You
a
believe I
great
did all that with my
fade.
tape recorder?
That's
Wow.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That was
You've
amazing.
really gotten good with that tape recorder.
Absolutely. Hey, what's up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. A completely radical shift for us. As we're hitting the Wayback Machine. We have us and Sherman. We have hit the Wayback Machine, and we're going to talk about the Raiders Super Bowl, their last entry into the Super Bowl where they won it, and that is what was it, January? The January 22nd, 1984.
Yeah. Well, today is January 11th, 1984.
And today is January 11th, 1984.
Yeah. We
That's
are
correct.
AFC champions.
And we had
Yeah, we are.
oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
We are AFC champions.
Look, I got my AFC champion shirt.
Yeah, you do. That came quick.
It came quick, yeah.
Wow.
I ordered it. I went down to the Big Five.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah, and I got it. And they also had,
hell yeah.
check this out. They also had the bumper stickers for my car.
kidding.
So I'm going to put this on my mom's Pinto.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It
nice.
should be
Perfect.
sweet. Yeah, yeah. So anyways, yeah. So our Los Angeles Raiders are AFC champions, man. How cool is
Yeah,
that?
we
Absolutely.
are.
So yeah, so anyways, we're gonna have a good time talking tonight about the AFC Championship game and our big win against the hated division rival Seattle Seahawks, and we're gonna talk a little bit about a preview of us going to play the Washington team.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna talk about that. So, but anyways, I don't do this show alone. In the past. Joining me tonight are the two best co-hosts in the biz. And starting off, I will throw it over to my right, the man that adorns the Western Annex of the Murf's Fan Cave desk. He is my best friend and yours, Swag Jeff.
Silent and profiling.
That's right, man. That's right. Hey, man, I pity the fool if you're not tuned in. That's all I'm saying, man. You know, yeah, I'm fired up, man. Hey, we're AFC champions once again. Once again, we did not have to wait long.
Feels so
We only
good.
had to wait a couple years, man. We're ready. We are ready to go. We won it back in 80, and we're going to do it. And we did it again. Hey, man, let's go win our third Lombardi. What do you
do
think
it.
about that, man? You know?
Oh, let's do
You know
it,
what I'm
man.
screaming?
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. So, hey,
Yeah. Only a goober wouldn't want to see that happen.
exactly, right? Yeah. So someone in the chat said Rad Jeff. I like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rad Jeff.
yeah, I like it. I like it. So
Yeah.
So we don't do the show alone.
No, we'd be
absolutely.
tripping if we did.
Absolutely. So why don't you say hello to my little friend over here, Michelle Sway?
Hey! Oh my gosh, listen, the game was totally rad. I cannot believe how great that game was. Like, just knowing that we've done it recently, we did it again. I mean, and gosh, we can only go up from here.
Absolutely, totally non-heinous watching that game, man. It was absolutely incredible. And Michelle, thank you for being here. We appreciate you joining us this episode. So we hope it's going to be a bodacious episode of Raiders Fan Radio, and I promise I will run out of these words at some point. But I'm trying to hit the old Rolodex up here and the Murf's fan brain and try to remember a lot of this shit.
Absolutely, man.
But anyway, so hope you guys stick around. We're gonna have a lot of fun talking about the games, and of course we'll sprinkle in a little bit of current stuff. But anyways, if you're new to the show, this is not typically how we do it, but every year that the Raiders aren't in the Super Bowl, and especially when the Raiders rivals are in the Super Bowl, we do a Super Bowl protest show where we do something that is Raider-centric and celebrate something from our past. And so that's what we're doing here. In fact, we did a Star Wars one time. It was completely off the rails. But that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to celebrate the Raiders that were, because they are the Raiders that at least they were once upon a time the most intimidating, ass-kicking. I mean, believe it or not, and some of the terminology you're going to hear tonight in reflecting back to these games, it is such a departure to what the Raiders have become today. And so there's an interesting discussion to be had based on where we were and based on where we are today. And a lot of that stuff has to do with the Raiders themselves. A lot of it has to do with just the condition of the league and just the changes that the league has gone through. So we're going to have a good time talking about that. So stick in there with us. We appreciate you joining us on the YouTube. So many of our good friends joining us on the YouTubes that hasn't even been invented yet. But there's just this random chat room. And so we're all on a party line.
Go to the YouTube right now.
There you go. We're all on a party line, we'll call it.
There you go.
Remember that? Remember the party line? Oh my gosh. And so, and like three of us are in the same house. We're all on the same phone. You know what I mean? Or in the same line, whatever. Anyway, so appreciate you all in the chat room that are. I love it. Swag just talked about Metallica's new EP.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Kill them all.
Kill them all, dude. So good.
It's bitching.
Yeah, absolutely. So appreciate newcomers, Metallica.
That's right. Yeah.
That was their first album.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope they're Raider fans.
Oh, me too.
Oh, you would think so. I know they're from San Francisco.
I mean, it would have been great if they came to the LA Coliseum and played for Raider Nation before
That
the
would be
game.
so cool.
I hope they
So
do that
badass.
one day.
That would be so cool.
I hope they
Hope
do
they
that
do
one
too.
day.
If like they did it before an AFC Championship game.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, that would be really, really sweet. That would
Yeah.
be sweet. Yeah, that Hit the Lights song, man. That thing is just awesome. Yeah. Okay. So we appreciate you. So on the YouTubes, if you're joining us on the audio version of the podcast, we appreciate your subscription there as well. And you can find us anywhere you can find a podcast. A lot of comments in there. Look, a lot of younger Raider fans. Look, if you were younger than 39. You didn't see this. You weren't even on the planet.
Right.
Miss Ebony in there with a $10 donation says the show's going to be gnarly.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Miss Ebony.
And Paul said that's about $300 back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. We're adjusting
Riding
for
high.
inflation.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I could buy a sweet new Schwinn with that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A Schwinn.
Or a mongoose.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, mongoose.
Hey.
The mongoose was the jam, man.
That was. Yeah, they were gnarly for sure.
Yeah, they were. Heck
Put
yeah, bro.
baseball cards in it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yep. That was
You can
awesome.
get some sweet jumps with that.
Oh, yeah. Bunch of air. Sick air.
Sick air.
Sick air, bro.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Yeah, we're all over the place tonight. This is gonna be, we were talking about this before we got into doing this show. The three of us were talking, we're like, this is gonna be such a dog whistle. Like if get it, you get it. If you're new to the show, I'm sorry.
So lost.
That's one of those things, man. You know, these highly produced, like we've been planning this show for several weeks, and you know, and typically when that happens, we get about 30 people to watch.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, and that's mostly just us rewatching it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so
Well, duh.
right? Yeah.
No duh, Jeff.
Right? Absolutely. So, but hey, this is fun, and so yeah. So hey, so each and every week, I take a significant moment, relate it back to something significant with the Raiders, and so this one's easy, man. It's 281.
It's 281.
We won our number 2 in 81.
Oh,
Yes, you did.
Absolutely.
Nice.
And we're gonna win our 3 in 84.
Oh, nice, Jeff.
Prediction.
Prediction.
I love
Yeah.
Prediction for the game, man.
I think we got a good look at beating the Redskins.
Absolutely.
You know, I think we got a
Even
good
though
look
they're
at that.
favored.
Are they? Are they favored?
Yeah, they're favored by a couple points in Vegas.
Yeah?
So
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think we can win, though.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah. You know, it was a knockdown drag out last time we played them, week 5, obviously game of the week. But you know, we had some of our pieces out, man, and we'll talk about that a little bit when we get into the actual game itself. But yeah, I have a good feeling. I have a good feeling that it could be a blowout win.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody thinking otherwise, you can eat our shorts.
Oh my
Breakfast
God.
Club? That was probably a little late. But anyway, Raider Craig in there with a $10 donation. Thanks for doing this flashback. Wish I was alive for it. There you go.
There you
now
go.
I get a
Same
taste
here.
of what it was like.
Same here.
So again, I hope you all will appreciate this because it's going to be a lot of fun. But so I'm going to shut up and tell you about how fun it's going to be. And let's just go ahead and jump into it. Before we do that, though, let's Swaggle. Let's hit some contact info.
Absolutely. Well, let's do that. Well, hey, before we even do that, so the $10 donation and those two $10 donations that we just got in there, that's all going to the One Nation Foundation. So what is that noise? What is this?
I hear that.
What is that? Oh, it was on my phone.
Nice.
I don't know what that was.
Someone's calling from
Wow.
the future.
I guess, yeah.
That
It
had
wasn't
80s
even a
vibes
ring.
to it almost.
Well, I had a website pulled up there, and it was, I think, a video started playing, like an autoplay kind of thing. Yeah.
You better clear your internet history on that one.
I was thinking, sounded a
What kind of video was that that pulled up?
little-
Jeez, oh Pete, come on, vibrator.
Yeah, that's right.
What are we
Sounded
doing
a
here?
little,
Hey.
little Ron Jeremy in
Holy,
there.
yeah. No kidding.
Did anybody order a pizza?
Holy cow. Hey. But yeah, hey, so speaking of which, the One Nation Foundation.
Royal says he wants a website.
I thought YO said, what's the website? Like he was going to go check it out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so hey,
SicilianPizzaDelivery.com.
Hey, no kidding. Hey, I bet it exists. I bet it exists. Hey, so yeah, so that $20 so far we've raised tonight is going to the One Nation Foundation. So the One Nation Foundation, we realized a few years ago we can make money doing this show. So we decided quickly we wanted to give all the money away. We went in December to Vegas. We presented a check to Fred and Angela and the Bolitnikoff folks for a check for $10,000. So our goal this year, and I don't know if we've talked about it on a proper show, but our goal this year is 15. We want to get to
I don't know if we announced that yet, but
there you
why
go.
not do it now?
There you go. Our goal this year is $15,000. So we've doubled it several times, and you know, double in 10. That's a big ask.
That's a big ask.
It's not out of question.
Hey,
It's not
we
out of the
shot
question.
past our goal this last year. We could do it again.
Exactly. But this year we set it for 15, so we want to get that. So those donations that came in, thank you so much for that. And also we've got a couple of footballs that are behind me. So we were fortunate enough before this Super Bowl to meet with folks like Fred and Marcus, Jim Plunkett, Greg Townsend, Grease 2 superstar Chris McDonald was there. Some 13-year-old kid named Lincoln showed up and signed the football as well. So we've got this right here. We've got 2 of them. So we're gonna be auctioning these off. We have it online right now. So $2,500 is what we were asking for this. If we don't get an offer soon, I know we're going to get this thing authenticated, and we might have to send it to an auction house because it's big time. It's a ton of signatures and all that. I mean,
soon to be Super Bowl MVPs.
Soon to be a Super Bowl MVP on there. The other two are already on there. So, so yeah. So get in the mix with that. If you want that, if you want to pool it up with your buddies or whatever and buy that thing together and share it one day a week, whatever you want to do. So get in the mix, man. It's all for the One Nation Foundation. So, hey, let's move on with the show.
All right. Good stuff. Appreciate that, Swaggo.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Hey, Raider Nation, you got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murf would say it,
909-345-3346.
How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes?
What's social media?
Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio.
None of this stuff existed.
Yeah.
Not weird.
Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. The ticky-ticky-tocky-tock. TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching.
Twitch meant something different in the 80s, I think.
Raiders Fan Radio.
That's what he's talking about right
If you
there.
don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Talk about that, Jeff.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Good. So yeah, so hey, so much respect to my dad in the chat, Swag Dad, who says, Swag Jeff, during the '84 Super Bowl, you lived in my balls. Love you, pal. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Much respect, Swag Dad.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. All right, so here at the top of the show,
speaking of respect,
speaking of respect, hey, much respect, Woody. Appreciate you jumping in the chat,
Absolutely.
man. That's so awesome. And shout out your dad in the show and everything.
well, sure, yeah. I
Give him
mean,
some
he's
run
only, he's only the #1 morning show in Nashville for the last almost. What, 25
Is it
years, I believe?
25 years
It's all,
now?
yeah,
Wow.
this 2023 will be the 25th anniversary of that show, of Nashville's version of that show. He's been in radio my entire life. But yeah, much respect, Dad. You know?
So cool.
Big
So
ups.
cool.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
cool.
All right, so much respect to Woody and much respect to, we like to we don't do. Well, no.
Ron said after Jeff left, his dad's balls got 30% less cool. They used to be called swag balls.
This is honestly
We are just going
so
to
80s. This is
just
perfect.
barrel off the rails here. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Let's give some respect. Ah, too funny.
Murph, Swaggy J, Nation, it's time for a little respect. You know, respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
This is so much better.
I know.
Last night, what?
Oh, yeah. You
What
were
just
alone.
happened?
What?
I don't have it.
Why do you guys not have it?
I don't
Well,
know.
that's weird.
Well, give it to me. What the
I
hell?
don't know. I just hit the
Damn.
button. What?
I
No,
still don't
I
have it.
Oh,
Just regular Michelle.
This is stupid.
This damn roadcaster.
I don't know why that did that. God dang it. This fucking thing.
Oh, easy.
Oh, sorry.
Damn.
Things are different in the 80s. You can.
We're still live.
My bad.
Much respect to that, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I don't know what happened there. All right. Oops. I think that might be like only the second or third time I've ever done
Yeah,
that.
that's a rarity.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So, all right.
That was far out.
That was.
It was gnarly.
Oh
I
my
dug
gosh,
it.
there you go.
Zub was gnarly.
That was gnarly. Yeah. All right. So Jeff, take it away, man, on the respect, man.
Yeah, so we've got a couple people we want to respect. We want to respect. I mean, of course, the Godfather, man, Al Davis. We want to respect Al as we always do. I mean, come on, what more can you say about the guy? The guy has built something unbelievable. I mean, we all thought that when John Madden left the team a few years back and retired and went into broadcasting and all that stuff, good for him. We kind of really thought that we were gonna maybe fall off a little bit, but he did the right thing. He brings in Flores. He does all the right things. He continues to build this team, this monster on both sides of the ball. So nothing but respect to Al Davis, and this team needs to go and win it for him. You know what I mean? All the craziness that's been going on in the NFL. All the lawsuits, all the craziness that we've been hearing, all the turmoil that Al has had to endure. He's winning despite of all those things. And so, much respect to him as well on that. But, how great would it be to see the commissioner of the NFL hand him another Lombardi? You know what I mean? Like, Roselle, hand us another one, buddy.
Absolutely.
See how that's working out for you, bud.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good call. Good call, Jeff. Yeah, all respect to the Maverick.
That's right.
Absolutely, man. And we mentioned just a little bit ago as well. Before this game last month, right before the regular season ends, we get the opportunity to meet folks like Jim Plunkett, Marcus Allen, Fred Biletnikoff coming back, all that stuff. Rod Martin. We got to meet Greg Townsend. I wonder, he might become the all-time sack leader. I know it's just his rookie year,
good, man.
but the guy is solid, bro. I really respect his game. And then we got to meet a movie star. We got to meet Grease 2 that came out just last year. We all love the movie, super underrated. And we got to meet Chris McDonald, man.
Yeah, we got the Goose.
Yeah, man. How cool is that?
Wow, so good.
So cool, man. Yeah. And while we were there, some 13-year-old kid named Lincoln came over and signed the ball as well. I don't know what he's going to do in his life, but respect to you, I guess. I don't know.
Look like he might be a big guy. I don't know.
I don't know. He's big boned.
Pretty big kid.
Big bone for sure. Yeah. So much respect to the Raiders, man. Much respect to them. So I also want to give respect. It's January 11th, 1984. But I really want to just drink in everything that happened in 1983. Not just in the football world. The year of 1983 was so freaking gnarly. I can't even put it into words, man. Some of the coolest things happened in 1983, just last year. Return of the Jedi came out.
Dude.
Are you kidding me?
Such a great movie.
The end of the saga. I mean, like, everything gets tied up, all the loose ends. Surely they won't make any more of those. But just so good, man. So much respect to that.
I think George Lucas is going to make more of those Indiana Jones movies.
I hope he does.
I think so, because that Raiders of the Lost Ark was killer. I'll bet you he does more of those.
I think so, too.
Yeah,
I think so, too. I mean, Scarface. Scarface came out last year. Are you kidding me?
Great.
What a great film.
I'm so glad my dad let me watch that. I was only 6.
Yeah.
Great.
Wow. Right? Your dad's very progressive.
He was, yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. One of my favorite stand-up comedian specials. Eddie Murphy, Delirious came out last year.
Yes.
So freaking good.
And I'm sure that'll hold up. Like in the 2020s, like none of these jokes will be like, no one will.
Or anything?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think so at all.
What could they possibly, what could be offensive?
I know, right? It's just funny.
Just funny.
Yeah, it's just funny, man. A-Team came out. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. I pity the fool if you don't watch A-Team.
I do.
Respect to A-Team.
Absolutely.
For sure. Music. Oh my gosh, let's talk about it. The Thriller album came out.
Hell yeah.
Little Red Corvette came out. I'm Still Standing by Elton John. Amazing song. All Night Long, Lionel Richie. Are you kidding me?
His solo career since he's left the Commodores has
taken
really
off.
taken off.
It's absolutely taken off.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it at the top of the show. An EP came out by a new metal band that I'm really digging, man. Kill 'Em All by Metallica.
Oh, man.
I really hope they have a good career.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. They might have some staying power.
Maybe.
Might.
It feels like they will.
They might. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, let's get on to the AFC Championship game that we just played.
All right, let's talk about it, man. Go ahead and hit us a break, and then let's go.
You hit some breaks.
Oh, I got the breaks. That's what I meant.
You got the breaks.
Them's the breaks.
There's a million
I hope Toys R Us is around forever.
Turn on the
No, it's the
Atari
best.
2600 video game system for just $59.84 after a $30
Atari.
manufacturer's rebate.
I know,
and
right?
get a $60 coupon book toward purchase of other selected 2600 items. The Atari 5200 is just $119.84 after a $30 rebate. And now get Atari 2600
$119.
cartridges like these for just $4.97 each at Toys R Us.
So cheap. Yep.
$5 for a
Yeah.
freaking Atari cartridge, man.
Absolutely. We'll play another commercial there
Okay, what's another one you want to
on
hear?
the rundown, pal.
I see is never mind. I see it.
Afraid of flying. Me afraid? I take the train because it's the best way to enjoy light beer from Miller. Rolling through the Rockies and all across the Midwest, nice less filling. And it tastes great coast to coast. That's why I take the train, not because I'm scared of anything. Hey, what happened to the
Light
light?
beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I went... Maybe I am a little afraid of the dark.
Boy,
That's solid acting.
that John
So
Madden.
good.
Wow. I mean, look, I was so bummed, Michelle, when he retired from the Raiders and got into broadcasting. But he's really kind of taken off with these commercials and stuff and the personality of broadcasting. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, his personality. I think you didn't see a lot of that. You just saw one aspect of it, but getting to see him in those commercials, I think it's
Yeah,
pretty
you
good.
know, I mean, all you looked at him was a coach and a split watermelon.
That's
You know, that's all we really knew him for. But now he's branching out and doing other things and
man,
stuff like
so
that. We
good.
talked about that Atari commercial. I wonder if he'll ever get involved in anything like that.
Oh, like gaming?
Yeah, you never know.
I don't know. That Atari football game's not terrible.
Yeah, but I feel like Madden can make it better.
You think so?
I don't know. Yeah,
I
maybe.
think you probably could.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Think what you mean, like an advisor, Michelle? Like what?
No, I think maybe like a game named after him.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a Madden game?
Come on, Madden.
I mean,
Wow.
I know the NFL is still young, but he is like one of the most winningest per 100 games coached.
Oh,
you know?
still.
I mean, I wonder how long that record will stand. I mean, it may not ever fall.
I don't know. The way Tom Flores is going with the Raiders, man, I wouldn't surprise
Possible.
me to see him eclipse it.
True.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting about the game, though. We'll see. Okay. All right. So let's go.
We won the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, we did.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump into some game review. Do we want to review that game first, or we want to? Yeah, we want to do that first, right? We want to do the game review.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah?
Let's talk about the game, dude.
Okay, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game we played against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
Our division rival.
Yes.
They beat us twice in the regular season.
We don't have to talk about that.
Well, listen, the second time we played him, we didn't have Marcus Allen on the field because he tweaked his hip or whatever, right? So we knew that without the best player in football, it was going to be a tough game.
Sure.
But that was not the story of this game. The story of
No,
this
it was
game,
not.
it got ugly, and it got ugly fast. And if you ever questioned the idea of defense wins championships, all you got to do is go back. Hey, you could go back and watch this game 40 years later and realize that the defense took over early and locked this thing up. And so let's go ahead and start off by listening to the kind of the kickoff of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And let's check in as we start the AFC Championship.
We're ready to kick it off. The Seattle Seahawks will receive to open this championship game. The winner will meet the Washington Redskins in the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. Chris Barr getting ready, this crowd on its feet. One of the largest in Coliseum history, over 92,000 tickets have been sold.
Okay, I got to just snap into current mode here.
Sure.
There were 90,000 people at that football game, man. When you go back and watch it and they pan across the LA Coliseum, 90,000 people. Like, that's insane. It's like, and I know that like Jerry World and some of those other stadiums can hold like those type of crowds, but this is in 1984 in an old ass dilapidated LA Coliseum. Like, that was fascinating to me. That like, and I always, it's funny because like a lot of these things that we're going to talk about tonight, like you knew of it. Like, I knew that already, but there's something visceral about going back and watching it from a study perspective. Isn't like, does that stand out to you as well?
It did. Yeah. It was interesting. Just like, and even I think the commentators mentioned, like, you'll hear when something happens for the Raiders, you'll know it because the crowd is going to erupt or whatever. So, and then 92,000, that's like, I mean, what is the typical, let's go to the future.
Okay.
What's the typical seating in a stadium.
Like 65.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
60 to 70, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think like Jerry World, I think it like with standing room and stuff, I think it gets up around 100.
Okay.
Chat room, check us on that.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's like 104 maybe or something. And then if you look at like college stadiums, like
those are the ones that get up there.
like Neyland and the Big
Yes.
House in Ann Arbor, like they're like 110.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they're way big like that. But I mean, but for a pro football
Right.
game that's not a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
like that's a home game for a team. Like that's insane, and I don't know. I'm curious to even to now to modern day standards, and when you look at some of these big old places, like what their capacity, and when you fully max it out, I mean,
What was the Coliseum's actual maximum
I
capacity?
think it was like 105 or something.
Was
like
it
that.
really?
Yeah, because it was built for the Olympics, right?
Right.
Isn't that what it
I
was?
think so.
Yeah.
The
I think
first
so, yeah.
Olympics in Los Angeles, it was built for. That's why it had the track around it and all that
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
And then they just repopulated it again for the Olympics in '84, which with this year.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, there's another big thing that happened around the time. There was an
that's true, yeah.
that was an Olympic year in LA.
Yep.
That was what was the you'll remember, Jeff won't. What was the gymnast, the little redhead that like took over? Like she was
Okay, I was not Mary Tyler Moore. What's
no damn it. We'll have to come up with
They're
that.
gonna- no, someone in
Someone
the
in the chat
chat's
will
gonna
know that. But you know who I'm talking about.
Mary Lou Retton? No.
Mary Lou Retton.
Mary Lou Retton?
Is that
Was
yes?
her? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was it. Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah.
Yeah, just completely took over the LA Olympics in '84. That was crazy.
That was.
All right. So, anyways, well, or is going to take over the Olympics.
right.
That little
Oh, that's
Mary Lou
right.
Retton. My boy, she's a
Yeah,
she's a heck of a freaking gymnast. That one. All right, so then, so the Maverick himself, the guy that we just paid our respects to, Al Davis, of course, is introduced at the game.
Right.
Al Davis, controversial character, but not when it comes to wins and losses. This has been the most successful franchise in all of professional sports, the Oakland Los Angeles Raiders.
Yeah, so there's good catch there, Joe. Good catch, Michelle. Thank you. Yeah, so there he is. So there's Al. Al gets introduced, and you know what I like about Al. Well, I like a lot of things about Al.
Absolutely.
Building winning football teams, of course, is a great thing. But I love the air. I love the aura. I love the like. Ain't nobody in the NFL more gangster than Al Davis.
Absolutely.
And when he takes the field, Jeff, it's like, he's got the slick back hair, he's got the jumpsuit, he's got the glasses chain. Like he's a presence in the room, man. Even in an arena or stadium in this case of 90,000+ people, Al Davis, like all eyes go to him.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean he's the Godfather, man. That's what it's all about. And and he transcended that to his team. You want to talk about the gangster of the NFL? Well, that's what the Raiders were as well. They were the bad guys, man. They were going to come out and they were going to beat you in every way possible. They whip your ass however they need to, whether it's physically whipping your ass or just whipping your ass on the scoreboard. They were going to get it done. And so, yeah, so much respect to Al for creating that like bad boy mentality in the NFL.
Absolutely. Building that image, man.
Absolutely.
I sure hope his kid has that same aura, man.
How could you not?
How could you not?
How could you not? That's your dad. How could you not be that freaking cool?
I mean,
hope he does.
Surely he'll at least slick his hair back and won't have some
let's
dumbass
hope.
haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not going to do some bowl cut or something and go around and,
Well, we
hoodies.
hope not.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think you can.
No.
No, surely you can.
No.
No way. Yeah, I would never let that happen. Okay, so the Raiders, clearly that we jumped out quick in this game, and Paul is gonna love this in the chat. Paul, we know his favorite all-time Raider is Lester Hayes, number 37, one half of the greatest cornerback duo that it's ever existed, which started this year with Hayes and Haynes. And so let's go ahead and check in with the judge as he gets the first pick in the Seahawks' first drive of the game and sets the tone for this thing immediately.
Intercepted by Hayes. Be a touchdown unless Warner can catch him. He can. Warner saves the touchdown at the 25-yard line. Or is it Cullen Bryant? Cullen Bryant amazingly using his speed to deny Hayes a score.
You don't expect a big fullback to be able to get over there and catch Lester Hayes, but Lester's not afraid to gamble. He did it last week, came up with a big early interception last week, and here he is again.
looking from the opposite side of the field. Craig pulling the trigger. Not a good throw. Largent doesn't have a chance.
Heck no, he didn't.
Heck no, man.
Largent didn't have any chance.
No, Lester was so amazing back there. But Lester is so amazing in current time here in 1984 on January 11th. Him and Haynes play so aggressive to the line of scrimmage, and I hope they never change the rules in the NFL and they let these guys, play the way that, frankly, football should be played. And we're a lot of hand fighting and a lot of contact, or especially early on in the routes. Hopefully that never changes, because the way that they're able to just take over and kind of bully their way to the football, it's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, and that play in particular, man, it was so good to see Lester Hayes get that interception, because he had an interception earlier that same drive that got called back for a freaking PI.
Oh yeah,
got called back for pass interference. So
you don't see that called very often.
You really don't. And then we were about to get the ball, and we just blasted their punter. We blasted their punter into next week, and so we had to go.
He was like, he needed that.
He did.
He needed that. You know what I mean? So we got they got another opportunity. It seemed like that first drive we gave the Seahawks like 3 different chances to go down and do something, and the refs also assisted in that. I wonder if that had to do with anything with the Al Davis versus the NFL kind of stuff. I mean, you just never know, man. You hear rumors and all that kind of stuff that maybe they're going to start blacklisting us and stuff like that. You hope that doesn't happen, but we can win.
We never get any calls.
No, we never get calls, but
Rob Lytle's fumble, like, come on, man.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing about it is we win in spite of those things.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they can try to screw us all they want, but we're still the Raiders. You know what I mean? We're still going to come out on top. It doesn't matter what you try to do. But anyway, I say all that to say, good for you, Judge. You got one during that drive when really you probably should have had about 3 for the entire game.
Absolutely. So good stuff there from Lester, setting the tone early on, and then another guy that set the tone from short yardage. Look, our big guy carrying the football between the 20s is Marcus Allen, but one of these days, if they ever start this crazy thing called fantasy football and there's points associated with touchdowns, old Frank Hawkins is going to be the vulture, Michelle.
Yeah. I just thinking about the game and it setting the tone, like all of that, like hard hitting and the aggressiveness and all of the handsy stuff like that. Like you said, hopefully, that's something that never goes away, because that's how you get in their heads. Like that's how you get in there, and you're not just playing the physical game, then you're playing the mental game too. So I just, all of that. I love it.
I couldn't agree more. And I will snap back in the present here, because I got to tell you, interesting conversation I had with Miss Valerie this week, with my girl Valerie. And hold on real quick before I do that. Raphael in the chat room, 381 donation there. Salute to Raiders Fan Radio from Raphael. Thank you very much, brother. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And then also Foxy Scorpio in there. That Alzado guy is a little hot under the collar.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he is. Well, Alzado, Mr. Darth Raider himself. Absolutely. So we appreciate you. Appreciate those donations. And that's going to go to the One Nation Foundation. Okay, so this is interesting. So Valerie and I are talking about the Super Bowl, and she was like, I'm having a hard time. Like, I don't know if I can root for the Eagles. And I'm like, well, you can't root for the Chiefs. And she's like, yeah, but that Eagles coach, like, he kind of like, they're fighting, and then he kind of like, he incited the crowd and like all that. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, and she goes, I don't like that. And I'm like, I do. I'm like, that's Raider shit.
Football.
Like that's Raiders. Right. You know what I mean? And I was telling her, I'm like, I would never encourage that type of behavior in real life. I would never encourage that in youth sports or amateur sports or anything like that, or even collegiate sports. But there's something about the NFL, because it's such a big business.
Absolutely.
And like, that's what Al, like exactly what you were saying, Michelle, like that idea that like he wanted other teams' fans, the other team themselves, he wanted them to be nervous, scared, intimidated. Yeah. He wanted and it's a mind game. It's not a physical thing as much as he wants you thinking about something that's not your job. Because even if there's a small percentage of your brain that's on, George Atkinson might come and take my head off, then you're not thinking about running your route. Yeah. You're not locked in. And that's the whole mind game of it. And so that's what Al Davis did so brilliantly. And unfortunately, it can't exist in today's NFL. Right. So I guess, if it does, it's Nick Sirianni and the Eagles. That's about the closest you're going to get in today's NFL. So yeah, but that was, I don't know. I thought that was interesting that she brought that up, and because she's right, like in the idea that like, no, you don't do shit like that. We say it all the time. We're not advocates for violence. We're not all about that. But there's something different, to me at least, when you're talking about on the field NFL.
Yeah. I mean, because listen, these are they're grown men. So I think there has to be a little bit of intimidation mentally to break them down a little bit, and to throw them off their game. Like, I think there has to be an element of that. Even if you can't, like, knock somebody's head literally off, like, there's got to be some element of mental toll to throw someone off their game. I mean, I think it's necessary.
Yeah. Well, I remember like Jeff in some of the conversations that we've heard come out of Madden and like interviews and stuff, he would say like other teams would think that like, oh, we watered down the field, or we put helium in the footballs, or we wrote dirty messages on the whatever.
Exactly.
Even when they didn't.
Yeah, and he would tell them that, and they would tell him that they did that. If they were like, oh, you guys were, we had to do that. We're trying to get the competitive advantage. They didn't do any of that shit.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to buy into that, then they just bought right into it as well. Like, yeah, we did all that stuff, man. Y'all gonna have a really, I mean, like, and like, the black hole sitting behind the, our crowd or whatever, listening, or behind the bench or whatever, yelling at the team, hey, these guys, they're really starting to scare us and stuff. Yeah, well, we told them that, we really needed their help and stuff like that. We'll talk to them and see if maybe they'll ease up a little bit and stuff like that.
We've reported them to stadium security.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. It's so funny, man, how he does. He's like, we talked to those the landscapers, we're trying to do the best we can. Trying to do the best we can. Like,
right.
It's so funny, man. So anyways, good stuff there. All right, so back into it. So this is the Raiders. This is like, the Raiders had numerous heydays of physicality on the field. You had like the 70s Raiders, Villapiano and Atkinson, and of course Jack Tatum.
Sure.
Most more epitomizes that than anybody. But then this 1983 Raiders team, they were physical as heck, man. And they really could take over a game. But before we talk more about the defense and the physicality of it, let's go ahead and cover the score that we were referring to earlier. This is Frank Hawkins. What is he, on the 1 yard line, Jeff? Something like that? Yeah.
Surprise, crowd quiet.
Hawkins again. Touchdown.
Okay, gotcha. All right, there we go. So good stuff there from Frank Hawkins as he scores the opening touchdown for the Raiders, and so we take a 7-0 lead. And so then to go back to the toughness of the team and really what we were doing on the field.
Right.
You don't fight the Raiders.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna fight anybody in the NFL, don't fight the freaking Raiders, because we'll finish it.
Yeah.
There's another scuffle. Otis McKinney, 23, and lots of white shirts. 37-yard punt.
This is something you really can't afford to do when you come to play on Raider turf. They would love to get you in a boxing match, get you in a fight on the field. That's their kind of football. The minute you start playing their game, they've won the battle.
No, that's it,
man.
That's it.
He called it out right there.
That's the tone that we were setting.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead and pick a fight with us. We got Lyle Alzado. We've got Howie Long. We got Matt Millen that will literally punch a guy. You know what I mean? Like, so of course
he'll punch your general manager.
He'll punch whoever the hell he's got to punch, man. So so don't get in a battle with us like that, because we will win 10 times out of 10.
Gosh dang, I miss that. Just miss our freaking team being the villains of the NFL, man. I really do. Anyways. I root for bad guys. I root for the Joker. I root for Darth Vader, and I love the Raiders. But anyways, maybe we'll get back there one day. All right. So Frank Hawkins, of course, scores again.
Right.
We had a nice drive there, conducted by Jim Plunkett. Frank Hawkins punches it into the end zone. We've got a 14-point lead, and then now here we are at halftime, and let's check in with the halftime update.
Crowd of over 90,000 at the Coliseum. Most of them Raider fans, and they were well treated by a near-perfect half of football by the men in black and silver. The score at the intermission: Tom Flory's Raiders 20, Chuck Knox's Seattle Seahawks nothing. And indeed, Cinderella will have to find some new slippers for the second half.
Oh, I love that. And I can't believe we've held Kurt Warner to like OG Kurt Warner, not this young guy that's, barely been born that's going to go win a Super Bowl. OG Kurt Warner Like literally, wasn't he the league rusher?
Yeah,
in
he was.
83?
He was.
And we held him in the first half. I don't know the stat, but I think for the whole game it was what 100? No, not even 100. It was like 20 yards or something, 24 yards, something like that.
Yeah.
So we absolutely, our defense absolutely dominates.
26 yards on the ground.
26 yards on the ground. Our defense absolutely dominates this game. And you know, it was funny. So being that the Seahawks used to like to run so much, they called their head coach's name is Chuck Knox, right? So people used to call him Ground Chuck.
Oh, okay.
Because all he ever did was run, and because you see what happens when they throw.
Well, yeah, How many interceptions?
Golly.
Five times.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So good deal there. So there's halftime, and then so here we go with the interceptions. Or did you want to hit anything before we get on?
Just hey, how about you just play the Flores the quote, because it's the end of the game, and they got to talk with Tom at the end.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna skip the interceptions.
We all know what happened.
All right. So Millen gets an interception.
Yep.
Mike Davis gets his second interception.
Yep.
Marcus has a long run and then gets a touchdown pass, right?
Yeah.
Because he catches one because God forbid they run him at the goal line.
Yeah. Well, you know that it's so funny. You know, if you're familiar with any sort of fantasy football, anything like that, or just stat whatever, Frank Hawkins really vultured a lot of touchdowns from Marcus this game. And so to see Marcus hit pay dirt at the end of the game, it was really cool because he, 150 plus yards on the ground, all that stuff. He was the workhorse the entire game, and really helped us win the game and really helped us get close for folks like Frank Hawkins and stuff like that. So to see him get rewarded with a touchdown at the end of the game, I think is great, and it's a foreshadowing of what's to come here in a couple weeks.
Oh, absolutely. Because I think Al Davis probably has a hand, Michelle, in saying hey, coach, let's get Marcus, let's get him a touchdown. And I think that, he thinks enough of Marcus that he'll be the marquee player for the Raiders until he retires. Don't you think?
Oh yeah. Al always had a say in everything. So he was absolutely, giving a little nudge. Let's get him some. Yeah.
Marcus is going to, he'll retire Raider for sure.
I think he will too.
Yeah,
he'll set all of his Raiders in silver and black.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead to jump in. So you guys know what happened in the game. Do you want to shout out the final score here? You know what, Jeff? I've got some final stats. Let's
go for it.
Let's do some final stats. So the Raiders, of course, win the game. So your leaders for the game. So Jim Plunkett throws 16 completions on 29 attempts for 372 yards, 4 touchdowns. Also throws 4 picks, unfortunately, and gets sacked 5 times. But really has a fantastic. Am I reading the right stat line? Nope, I am not. I'm reading the one from the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Do you have the that's well?
Wow, you went to the future.
Here's a mild prediction that Jim Plunkett's gonna throw 4 touchdowns.
Man, that'd be solid if he did that.
I think we could win if we do that.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you. If he throws 4 touchdowns, there ain't no way that he's not winning his second MVP.
Oh,
right?
You think so? I mean, you throw 4 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, you got it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got it. All right.
I don't know. Unless someone runs with a knight. I don't know. Yeah, no. So
here it is. I've got not found.
You got it.
No, you go. You go.
Okay.
More of you and less of me is a good thing.
That is true.
And
that is
Michelle
true.
too. Get Michelle.
And Michelle too. Yeah. So Jim Plunkett was 17 of 24, 214 yards, 1 touchdown. He did throw 2 interceptions. I do want to highlight that didn't get much action during the AFC Championship game, but much respect to our boy number 21, wide receiver 1. Cliff Branch.
Yeah.
So Cliff Branch always gets respect around here. So he actually one of the he only caught two passes, and it was for 22 yards or something like that. But one of those catches, he passed whoever, it didn't matter who was in second place, but passed to become the second most leading receptions in the playoffs.
Right behind Fred.
Wow.
Only
Right behind
Freddie B.
Yep.
So
Cool.
solid list.
Very, very cool. All right, Michelle, you got anything before we'll hit another break here, and then we're going to get into some of the preview about the Super Bowl.
I didn't. Was I needed?
No.
Final thoughts on the game.
You were teasing your hair, man.
No, I was. Yeah. So one thing I noted when I was watching the game, is, with Jim Plunkett still excelling, after having 4 shoulder operations and 3 knee operations, to still be out there, because they mentioned that when I was watching the broadcast, and that's unreal to me. for your body to go through that much
Yeah.
and still excel. And he was even running. Like,
Yeah.
he knew he needed to get to that first down. He was, maybe not the most mobile, but he was getting in there. He's making it happen.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, and I think Flores kind of talks about that in his post game a little bit. If we've got that post game.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I've got the
play
post
that
game.
right
Yeah,
there.
okay. All right.
And the Los Angeles Raiders pack their bags and head to Tampa.
How do you assess this football team as opposed to the team that won the Super Bowl the last time?
I think that there's a lot of similarities. Number one, Jim Plunkett, the way he came back for us this year, the way he's performed. Our defense is playing super at this stage. Our pass rush is better than it was in '80, but I tell you, there's a lot of similarities. This team is a tough team. It overcomes anything you put in front of it.
I know you're happy about the win today, but what about the Washington Redskins?
They're awesome, but I guess we look pretty good today, too. So I tell you, we had a great game with them early in the season, and I look forward to playing the Redskins because we like to play good teams.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach, and congratulations to you.
All right, there he is. There's a great Tom Flores.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Good stuff there. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit a break, and then we're going to talk about the upcoming Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Pour on the power, go for the glory. This is the story of what you're made of. Beef gives strength, it helps you through it. Beef gives strength, it helps you through it.
Beef in a balanced diet. It's one of the best sources of protein, iron, and B vitamins going for a whole new pride in strength.
Beef gives strength, helps keep you going. Beef gives strength from inside. Beef puts pride in a body. Beef gives strength.
Are they saying beef?
Beef.
Oh, yeah, beef. Yeah, beef.
Beef is great.
Pour on the power.
It's beef gives strength.
Oh, I thought you said beef is great.
That's what I thought he said,
No,
too.
because
Beef is
beef gives strength.
Pour on the power. Go for the glory.
This is the most 80s commercial in the history of the world.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
What about the Coke one?
Yeah, no, I didn't know what the hell that guy was saying, but that was some serious shit to him.
Oh,
He
yeah,
got in
it was
that
good
booth and he was like, I'm about to wreck this. Like, he just.
Bars.
He
Wrecked
that. Oh, my God.
Pour on the power, go for the glory. This is the story of what you're made of.
Oh, my God. That's incredible. They don't do commercials like that anymore. Come on, bring those back.
Man. Does he say beef helps you through it? I think he's, listen.
Pour on the power, go for the glory. This is the story of what you're made of. Beef gives strength, it helps you do it.
Yeah.
It helps you through it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah,
No matter what you're going through.
No, beef.
Beef, man. Yep.
That's a funny.
Absolutely.
Beef helps you through it. Oh, my God.
He's not wrong.
It's not. He's
He
not
ain't
wrong.
lying. He ain't
Honestly,
lying.
he's not lying.
He ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
Oh, my.
Oh, that was incredible.
Look at some of the comments. Jeez, cool cap. Mojo. Oh, not Mojo. My Ohio. Oh, my gosh.
Mojo says, sorry I'm late. I was listening to Michael Jackson and snorting coke.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
incredible.
Oh, so funny. All right. So beef is great. It helps you through it.
And what do you wash that beef down with?
Diet Coke.
Here's important news.
Oh,
now,
damn.
Diet Coke and caffeine-free Diet Coke have NutraSweet, the new breakthrough sweetener for even more real cola taste.
Cola taste with just 1 calorie. Living good with Diet Coke. Living good with Diet Coke. Just for the taste of it.
Now, Diet Coke has NutraSweet.
Diet Coke.
Oh, my gosh. It's got NutraSweet.
That's got
Absolutely,
NutraSweet.
it
Oh,
does.
that can't hurt you.
No, that can't be bad for you. That was
bad for
great,
you.
but that ain't got nothing on a beef commercial.
Hot damn beef
That-
commercial.
I
That
just
beef
need to-
commercial might be the
I want
best.
that to be my like alarm in the morning. Just wake me up.
Yes.
I'm gonna hop right out of bed hearing that banger. That's incredible.
Banger.
Go for the glory. This is the story of what you're made of.
It's the story of what you're made of.
Beef. Of course it is.
Beef in a balanced diet. It's one of the best sources of protein, iron, and B vitamins going for a whole new pride in strength.
Pride and strength.
Absolutely.
It puts pride in our body. Beef puts pride in our body.
Okay, they phoned in those ending lyrics. Wow,
my gosh.
That. Come on. It's probably the best commercial ever written.
Ever.
Like,
Ever.
Yeah.
Like Robert Plant probably wrote that.
They ran out of beef in '84. There was no more beef in the whole
People
world.
made a run on beef. Like they
Wait, beef gives me
bought
strength?
out.
Gets me through it? I want to be filled with pride.
It puts pride in my body. Like, that's incredible.
I need to be filled.
It better
with
deliver.
pride.
I want to be filled with beef and pride.
Oh my gosh. I can't stand it. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, goodness. My 80s makeup is going to run right off.
Right?
Oh, shit. That's so funny. Jeff, like they ran out of beef. That commercial
They didn't have any more.
sold all the damn beef.
Yep. Vegetarians were like, I need some of that. I get some of that beef.
No shit. That's why people became vegetarians. That's how they were
It was
invented.
too much.
They ran out of beef and they were like, well I guess we'll just eat this grass and leaves and shit. You know? We gotta find something else to eat.
God. It was just too strong for some people, probably.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need any more pride in my body. This is too much.
Oh my gosh. That's gonna the beef is gonna get the Foggy Glasses Award. Look,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
crying.
yeah,
No
I'm
kidding.
saying,
I'm
same.
crying.
This needs
That
to be
was
on my
incredible.
thing full time.
Yeah, we do need that.
Oh, beef of strength. Okay, all right. Where are we? I have no idea where we're at now. Oh, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl.
Hey, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Hey!
Oh,
Let's go. So your beloved Los Angeles Raiders are headed to Super Bowl 18 to take on the Washington Redskins, of course. And listen, this is going to be a Black Sunday for the freaking Redskins. I'll just say that, man.
Too.
We're gonna head on in there, and we're going to take over with this defense. As I'm thinking, darkness. It's just going to descend on Tampa.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the Raider defense is going to take over.
Yeah.
And like a rout of which no honor could be salvaged.
I think so.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't
This
know.
game's gonna be a true test of men.
Oh,
You
yes.
know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And no honor could be salvaged for whoever loses.
No. No. Yeah. That kind of defeat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, hey, you know what? I've been thinking a lot about this game and what it means and all that stuff based on this 83 season. I one word keeps coming to mind. Yes, obviously we want championship. We want Super Bowl. We want Lombardi Trophy number 3. But the season just seems to have that story of vindication. It's Jim Plunkett coming back after another surgery to, lead us to the promised land, all this kind of stuff. We got swept during the regular season by the Sea Chickens, Michelle, and we were able to come back and just whip their ass a few days ago. And then now it just kind of seems like that storyline is going to continue to go because, we lost week 5, right? In a barn burner, a nail biter, 37-35. We had some of the most amazing plays that we've ever seen, not only in this season, but like Raiders all time. We got to see Jim Plunkett throw a 99-yard touchdown pass to Cliff Branch in week 5.
Yeah.
We got to see who was the guy that ran back the 97-yard punt as well in week 5. It's slipping my mind. It was Greg Pruitt. Sorry, Greg Pruitt.
Damn.
Greg Pruitt ran back one for 97. I mean, everything was all over the place. Everyone was throwing interceptions, and it was just a barn burner. It really was. And unfortunately for the Raiders, we came out on the wrong side of that. But, vindication.
Mm-hmm.
This is a season of vindication.
Yeah.
And so I really feel like, the Washington team, they're feeling pretty good. They're feeling good, right? Their quarterback just won the MVP. Good for you,
good
dude.
for him.
Good for you. Hoping nothing bad ever happens to you in your career. But
Yes.
But like, it's time, man. It's time to shut them up, send them back to Washington, raise another Lombardi. I mean, it's just, all signs are pointing to that, right?
Absolutely, yeah. One of the things that they said on the broadcast is that the Raiders expected to go to the Super Bowl all year long. So I think about like even close losses or anything like that, like they had their eye on the prize.
Absolutely.
Like they knew what the goal was, and screw losses, screw anything, sweeps, any of that stuff. They knew, and the whole season, that's their goal. Even I think in one of the after, I guess maybe it was Tom Flores. I don't remember who said it, but he was just like that. The Super Bowl's the game. Yeah, we won this game, and that's great, but the goal is the Super Bowl.
Right. Absolutely. Well, and obviously, we got to see a lot of Riggins in week 5. We got to see the guy, John Riggins. Say what you will about the guy. We hate him, but he's a stud, man, right?
He's the key to their offense.
The key to the game is going to be, how are we going to stop that guy? And Foxy Scorpio, and I think Paul in the chat says, we just need to eat a shitload of beef. I think we can do that. Because that's going to be the game on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, Theismann's got a bunch of people to throw to. He's got Charlie Brown.
Thiesman.
Is it Thiesman?
No, did you know this?
No.
The real pronunciation of his last name is Thiesman.
No way.
Really?
His dad changed the pronunciation to Theismann because it rhymes with Heisman.
Oh.
When he was in college. That's how much of a chump this guy is.
I thought he was a thighs man, so I thought that's what he was doing.
No, he's a Thiesman. And that's not a joke. That's for real, because they wanted him to win the Heisman Trophy in college.
That is whack.
Isn't that
hell.
That's
right?
That's bogus as hell.
Way bogus, bro.
That's bogus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that really is.
How
lame is that?
Right?
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's goofy.
That is goofy.
Yeah. So Thiesman.
Well,
good.
Well, that's how.
Well, good. Well, you were just in the other room right there. Hopefully Thiesman doesn't ever have anything bad happen to him in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would hate that. We'd never wish injury on anybody.
No. But if it already happened, then it is what it is.
Anybody, that might be a stretch.
Well.
So we covered the game. So we covered our predictions for the game.
Let's talk numbers. Let's talk numbers.
Okay, let's talk numbers.
Because obviously, all three of us in this room think that the Raiders are going to win their third Lombardi Trophy. Vegas has opened up. We are a 2-point underdog in this game. So really, it just is who. Well, okay. Keys to the game. How are we going to win this game? We already talked a little bit about Riggins. A little bit. So, my thing is, obviously, well, I'll let you guys say one. But mine is the guy I'm wearing on my chest. It's 32. It's Marcus. Marcus didn't play week 5. He wasn't there.
Right.
He tried to go before the game. He tested out that hip that he hurt in the Denver game and couldn't go. So, we had thankfully our running back room is deep. We got Frank Hawkins. We got Kenny King. We've got good players. Obviously we got to see, how Plunkett can throw the ball. We see the 99-yard pass to Cliff Branch in that game. But it's Marcus, man. Marcus is the end-all be-all for this offense as well, kind of like on the other side of the ball with Riggins. We get that guy eating, we get him cooking, man, and it's over.
It's all about defense and running the football. That's where, so you hit running with the football. I'll hit the defense. To me, we know that we have the 2 best cornerbacks in football. Legendary. Both those guys will end up in the Hall of Fame one day. But to me, to stop Riggins, yes, things start up front. But I think linebackers. Rod Martin had 3 interceptions in the Super Bowl the last time we were in it. I think Rod Martin, Matt Millen, Ted Hendricks, those guys have got to they got to fill the gaps, right? Because we got the big man up front. We got Townsend and Howie Long, everybody up front. But I think that it's going to be up to those linebackers to really step up and stop Riggins, because once we slow Riggins down, and if you just force Theismann to sit back there and pass, then I think we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, defense was going to be mine, but I'll go with the offensive line to make the holes for Marcus Allen.
I love that
because I mean,
I
there's
love
no
that point.
Marcus Allen without those
Yeah.
big
Without
guys
big
making
Henry
them holes.
Lawrence and
That's right.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm really hoping that we can stop Riggins, because if we stop Riggins and really get Thiesman out there passing the ball or whatever, I'd really like to see I'd like to see Squirick. I'd like to see Squirick out there, maybe doing some pass defending and stuff like that, because that's where he excels. You got the big guys.
He's a special teamer, basically.
He's a special teamer kind of guy, but he's a glue guy.
He's a glue guy.
He's kind of like, I don't want to say any names because I don't know, but, maybe a guy like Will Compton or something like that, we're going forward and back a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's a glue guy, man. He's a special team guy. He doesn't get a lot of play time, but he is really well at defending the pass.
Well, like Paul in the chat room there says, I've always liked that 17 Bob Trejo call. That's interesting. You know what I mean? So that's a great defensive call for Squirick. And, we saw the screen pass go to the house in the first time that we played Washington. And so, maybe you put in a guy like Squirick to cover on something like that, because he's got that quick lateral speed and can get out there and maybe jump a pass or something, know?
Well, and I'll say a thing about that. You brought up that screen pass because it burned us. It was really one of the nails in the coffin in week 5, but I've kind of noticed watching Joe Gibbs coach, he's kind of full of himself a little bit. They come off the Super Bowl win last year in 17, and so what works for them, they're just going to keep doing it. They're going to keep throwing it in your face. So I'm curious if we see anything like that and how the Raiders can respond, knowing that we saw how it went the first time around.
Absolutely. I'll give you one more on special teams. We've got the best punter in the universe. We've got the best punter that's ever existed.
Yes.
Todd Christensen has had a little bit of a challenge at long snapper, and so we want to make sure that we keep that ball low. We don't want Ray to have to freaking have one shoot over his head or something, But outside of that, if we need a guy to make a play on special teams, Michelle, I feel like we outpaced the freaking Redskins at every phase of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that when you think about the special teams, that's where a lot of games are won and lost. So, I mean, was it this past game that we watched? No, I don't want to misspeak, so I'm not gonna
go for it.
Okay, well, yeah, try it.
No, I don't want to.
Okay,
all right.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Well, why are you bringing that shit up?
Well, no, I need to get it right in my head before it comes out weird.
All right.
So go ahead.
Miss Ebony Graves in the chat room there. We appreciate you, Miss Ebony. She's dropped a $5 donation in there, and she says if they use a little stickum, I believe it could be an advantage.
Absolutely, it would.
Absolutely, it would. That Lester Hayes, he might have learned something from old Freddie B on that stickum,
Absolutely.
Huh? I love that. Did you ever see that? Flash forward. Did you ever see the interview, or it's the? I don't know. I think it's the. Oh shoot! Come on, Josh. Talk. It's Peyton Manning when he used to do those Manning minutes or whatever.
Yeah. Oh shoot! What are those called?
I forget. It was a segment on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, they were doing. Yeah,
and he does one on Stickum, and it's with Freddie and freaking Lester Hayes.
Yes.
And Lester learned about Stickum from Freddie,
Yep.
and took it to a whole nother level.
Put it all over his body.
Yeah. And it's funny. You look at those old pictures of Lester, and he would get all low, man, and he would have his arms out like this, and it'd just be like, I don't even know what color Stickum is because I'm colorblind. What color?
Yeah,
is
it's like a brownish yellow.
all right, and it just
kinda,
all over his socks and just
all over
coated
his
in that
helmet
shit.
and I mean everywhere. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. And what's funny is that and Miss Ebony in there, I love that she talked about, for a hot minute the Raiders were criticized heavily for the Stickum thing, and they're like, oh, that's why they're this and that's why they're that. Stickum ain't got nothing on gloves nowadays.
No, man, right?
Right? Have you ever wore a pair? Have you guys ever put on a pair of the NFL gloves and touched the football?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You don't even have to palm it really.
Yeah.
You barely put any pressure on that and it's in your hand.
It's in your damn hands. It's so that whole idea of the Raiders did this or did that back in, man, nowadays that OBJ
invented all of those
one-handed
things.
catches. Yeah, that's how those.
Yes, exactly. You're not catching the back half of the ball with 3 fingers without those gloves on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The people that bitch about that.
They hate us because they
Amen.
That's not what it is.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we came up with that. Maybe they're just pissed off because they didn't.
Because they didn't think of it first. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, appreciate you. So, do we got anything else?
Well, let's talk numbers here. Let's talk game predictions.
All right, let's go.
How much are the Raiders going to win by? So
I think it's going to be a blowout.
You think it's going to be a blowout?
I think it's going to be a blowout.
Okay. What's the final?
Let me go 35-7.
Okay. All right, Michelle.
34-10.
Okay. I'm going to go 38-9. I just think that's what it's going to be.
Of course you are.
Yeah. I'm close.
Yeah,
you guys were close. You guys were close, but I think I might get it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put all of my money that I own.
You think we're gonna hold them to 3 field goals?
No, they'll kick a field goal.
What? And then miss an extra point?
I just have this feeling that they'll score a touchdown. And they think they're going to have the momentum, and then we're just that's it. Well, I've eaten tons of it, so that's how I know all this stuff. So they're going to score a touchdown. They're going to think they have the momentum, and then they're going to freaking just miss the extra point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who's the MVP? Who's the MVP of the game?
It's hard not to say Jim, man. After coming off of an MVP after the last one,
all right.
It's usually going to always be an offensive player. It's typically going to be a quarterback a lot of times. And he's the captain of our offense and the guy that runs the show. So give me back to back for Jim Plunkett.
Okay. All right, Michelle. What say you?
It would probably be Jim, but if I can't pick him, then I'll pick Marcus Allen.
Yeah. It's going to be Marcus, I think. I think it's going to be Marcus. I think he might have a pair of scores. And maybe one of the most iconic epic runs in football history.
You think so?
I think he's going to come out.
He's got a shot
man.
to maybe even set a record or something.
He might set a record, man.
He's due.
This guy has been he's way due.
You know what? I hope I get to meet him one day and take a picture with him.
You should do that.
Oh, that would be cool.
You should do that. Yeah,
you
should absolutely do that. Hey, so this is the point of the show where we typically go because more of you and less of us is a good thing, and we don't have any voicemails to play. So you know what? So how about we take a couple live calls?
Let's do it.
Want to do live calls?
Let's do it. Let's do one or two. So get out your rotary phones there. 909-345-3346. You know what I mean?
Yeah, call us. So give us a shout and 909-345-3346 and we'll feature your live call. So when you get in here, so we want to leave a little bit of room to make sure we can get at least one or two of these things in here, or two or maybe even three. So we'll want to keep it semi brief, but go ahead and give us a shout, and this will be fun because we'll if you remember the game, tell us about what your memories are of the game, maybe where you watched it. I watched it on the floor of the living room of my stepdad's house.
Nice.
And it was I don't even remember who all was there. There was a handful of people there. And I remember sitting on the floor as a kid watching the game. But yeah, tell us your memories of the game, or even your memories of the Raiders in general around that time. Okay, here we go. We got our first one. Oh, yeah. Let's see who we got. Hey, welcome to Raiders Fan Radio. Oh, I got to accept it. Accept it. Press 1. Okay, there we go.
Is it a collect call?
Are you there? Hello, caller. Are you there? Oh, shoot. Oh, because I had to reset the board. Hang on 1 second, caller. Because I had to reset the board because the audio cut out earlier, so it took off the connection to the phone. Hang on there, caller. Come on, connect. All right, you there? Hello, caller. Oh, no,
Going once.
Well, they hung up. Okay, call us back.
I'm here.
Oh,
there we go.
Hey! Who do we got?
How you doing?
Oh, it's Houston Raiders Steve. What's up, Steve?
Hey, Steve!
How are my All-Stars doing?
We're wonderful if you're talking about us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's cold and wet here in Houston. We can't wait till the sun finally comes out tomorrow after about 5 days here, so I can imagine what it's like up there in Murfreesboro.
Oh, yeah, it's been cold and miserable over here, buddy. It's like London.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, there you go.
I know.
But we're fired up. We're getting ready to watch our third Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Is it clear to say that the Raiders are back, baby?
The Raiders are back, baby.
Hey, so tell me, where No, where did you watch the game, Steve? What do you remember about watching this game?
Oh man, this game was pretty awesome. Actually, you're gonna laugh. I was at a pizza place with a friend of mine, and what was neat about this Super Bowl is that the run to the night. How can you forget that? And then just the way the whole thing ended, and you were so happy to see Coach Flores get his second Super Bowl, and it was just an awesome game and everything. And then Alzado giving the fifth, and I got it. I finally got it my Super Bowl win. It was just an amazing game. I'll never forget that game.
Absolutely. What do you
it brings tears to my eyes?
I was just gonna say, what do you think about when you go back and watch like a Black Sunday, when you see the amazing NFL films, the last documentary of a football game narrated by the legendary John Facenda, the amount of drama, the consequence of it all, the language of it all. How does that resonate with you still, Steve? Like I remember watching it with Jeff not long after he joined the show, and I'm like, you have to watch this broadcast. And we watched it, and I remember sitting there like getting chills, and I've seen it 55 times, but I remember still sitting there getting chills watching it with Jeff for the first time. Do you still have that reaction to it?
I sure do, because when you see stuff, it's just the way they put the whole thing together with the music. And remember when they snapped the ball and almost went over Ray Guy's head, and he just got it at the high point and then made that kick, and just the way they put that whole show together, it was just an amazing thing. That the music and the drama and John Vicenda's voice, it was just a perfect balance of everything. It's a classic NFL film that you don't get these days. It's just the way they put those early Super Bowls together with his voice and just everything, and just the action, and it was just an amazing thing the way they did that. I mean, you don't see that these days, do you?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it's my favorite all time. And I'm an NFL films junkie, and it's my favorite one of all time by far. The emotion you see out of Todd Christensen as he's on the ground and basically he's saying like a little prayer, and then he pops up and he's got tears in his eyes, and it's just like the crescendo. That's awesome, Steve.
Right.
Yeah. All right, hey Steve, I'm sorry, brother. We got to run. We're having audio issues again, so we're gonna let you go. But appreciate you very, very much for calling into the show. It's great to get a chance to meet you face to face, and so we appreciate you very, very much. And give it up. Let's go. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you all. We'll see you this year. We'll make it more than once or twice a year.
Okay, sounds good.
God bless.
Okay. All right.
Great to talk to you both.
Yes, sir. Bye. Oh my gosh. So now there's an echo. So I'm gonna shut that out. So there's something about the board did not like it when we
took a live call?
We took a live call. It completely shut the whole damn thing down. And so sorry about that. We're not gonna do any more live calls, and we appreciate you, Raider Nation, very, very much. Damn it, that sucks because I love doing these live calls.
Yeah.
Should we try it one more time? Should we tempt fate?
No, I think we call Road and get them to send us a new caster.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, right? So yeah, that's a bummer. But anyways, all right. Murf, say today I'm the luckiest man alive. Apparently we had the Lou Gehrig thing going
nice.
on. Yeah. So anyways, we appreciate you, Raider Nation. Man, I think that's all we got. Here for the 80s flashback episode.
Yeah.
To January, and so hey, this January 22nd, 1984. So next year, so we were talking about it. Next year will be the 40-year anniversary.
Yes.
From the last Raiders Super Bowl win. And Jeff, we just surpassed the 20-year anniversary.
20-year anniversary of the last time we were in a Super Bowl.
That's rough.
It's rough, dude.
That hurts.
That's rough, Michelle, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you maintain your fandom through all this? What's the secret?
Raider Nation is how you maintain, because the team has really left so much to be desired. So you kind of really have to hang tough with your Raider Nation family. And it sucks because, like, my son, he's youngest, he's 19, he's born in 2003. Like, he's never seen them do well. Like, I mean, he's seen some good, but the good has never outweighed the bad. The bad,
It was just the flashes in 2016 and stuff.
Yeah. So it is hard. And it makes me wonder, like, what are people doing to get their kid, to keep their kids engaged? I mean, nobody wants to be losers, you know, like, that's tough. I know I mean, obviously this is such a small thing compared to the real problems of life, but damn it.
No, but in the context of sports fandom, yeah.
Like, I want my kids to see, I mean, and I was 7 during this game, that we're talking about. So even I haven't really, lived through the good years or the best years of the Raiders. And it's tough. It sucks.
But even in the 90s during the Art Shell times, at least we had a consistent a playoff team. Like, we were relevant. And it's been a long time since the Raiders were relevant year in and year out.
How do you get so far from the model that they gave you, that John Madden and Flores get? Like, how do you get so far? How does your defense, I think Howie Long, I saved the quote. He said, the most important step is the first step for, like, a pass rush or whatever. Like,
I saw that too.
How did we get so far from that model? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know. It sucks. That's all I can. That's it.
Well, being a Raider fan, starting in 2019, I hadn't seen a whole lot of anything. You ain't seen shit. So, I mean, as far as my fandom goes, and really and I would say it's same as my kids. My kids are big time Raider fans, I mean, obviously because their dad's a Raider fan.
Unmute that. Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
It's Raider Nation. It's Raider Nation is what it is. It really is more than football. It's more than a game. It's more than this team. It's, I mean, donning that shield just kind of means something different. You know what I mean? And so, it's kind of like beef. It puts pride in you. It just puts pride in you, man.
The Raiders are like beef. The
Raiders are like beef.
Raider Nation is like beef.
That's it, man. That's it.
Gives you strength.
It gives us strength, man.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Keep talking, Michelle. I'm trying to fix. I'm fixing these stupid microphones.
Talking or laughing because.
I apologize, Raider Nation. This whole thing is been a disaster on this audio. Everything cuts in and out of the channels, and so I apologize. So we better go and get out of here while we still got at least a little bit of sound. Love you, Raider Nation. Thank you for joining us on this little bit of a memory tour about Super Bowl 18. We love you so much. Thank you for everything that you do to contribute to the One Nation Foundation. I'm looking at that camera way up there. That's the only one we got working.
Okay.
So thank you so very much for everything you do for the One Nation Foundation. We love you. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for everybody that tunes in and supports us, and everything that you do on social media and with our channel. We thank you. We love you. And we will be back next week with a freaking different board, hopefully. We will be back next week on Wednesday, and maybe we'll have a guest in here named Scott Gilbranson.
Maybe.
Blow him up on Twitter. Tell him you want to see him in here in the fan cave, and we'll get together with our buddy Scott. Even if it's not this time, it will be the next time for sure.
Absolutely. Hey, let's win our third Lombardi.
Let's go.
Let's win our third Lombardi. Let's not forget, boys and girls, what happens in LA started in Oakland.
That's right.
Everyone, get off this show right now after you comment and all that good stuff, and go watch Black Sunday.
And eat some beef.
Oh, yes.
Good night, YouTube.